All right, I am Rose of RoseFM, and we are here in a Discord VC with the sadcore emo adjacent indie pop band Blooming Heads. Say hello.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Hi, thank you.
Of course. Would you like to introduce yourselves for the people who might not be aware of who y'all are?
We are, well, like Rose said, kind of a sad indie pop band from Sacramento, California. My name is Brianna, and I mostly sing, but sometimes play a little bit of guitar. Do you want to go?
Oh, yeah, sure. And then my name is Josiah, and I mostly play guitar and sing a little bit.
Awesome.
It's real fun.
Yeah,
And you both use they, them, right?
we do both use they, them. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. I just want to check.
Yeah.
So when did y'all start making music as Blooming Heads?
Right. So we started writing the first song that we ever wrote together all the way back in like 2018 and finished it like towards the end of the year. So that's when I consider like when we started writing to be. It kind of took us a while to like actually get an EP ready, but as far as like when we started writing together, that would be the time.
Yeah. Are there any particularly major influences on your music as a Blooming Heads that you'd want to talk about?
Sure. I feel like we both probably have different answers for this question, and they kind of just coexist together in a way that works somehow.
Yeah.
But me personally, as like a vocalist, I'm hugely influenced by, I mean, I post about it a lot. Haley Williams of Paramore.
Hell yeah.
She's like, yeah, she is one of the biggest influences in my entire life, and I just really look up to her. So that's a big one for me, as well as like other, I guess, more indie rock or emo rock or whatever kind of bands. Like, I really like Meg and Dia. I really like Metric. I really like Tessa Violet. I just kind of gravitate towards like, I guess, indie femme vocals that have a lot to say or something. I don't know, because I have a lot to say. So that's kind of where a lot of my influence comes from. As far as like the music, I feel like that's more Josiah's thing. Because as far as guitar, when I'm writing guitar, um, I can't think of like a specific guitar influence that I have off the top of my head because I'm mainly a vocalist. So I might let Josiah answer some of this, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Musically, I'm really inspired by Tiger's Jaw for this band specifically, and so that's something I think about a lot. So that's pretty much it. It's a one band.
So you all have a debut LP coming up, right?
We do. We're kind of, I mean, yeah, we do. We just put out the first single. It's coming slowly, but it's happening.
Yeah, I get that. Axis
Yeah.
Access, right?
Yes, correct.
Is there anything you want to say about that song in particular that comes to mind immediately? I like it a lot.
Oh, thank you so much. Sure. Okay. When we started writing, I had been in a couple bands already, and I was used to working in a band kind of dynamic where the guitarist would just like write out a whole song and then hand it to me and just be like, write over this. Which was like fine for what we were doing. Like I didn't necessarily have any complaints there. But writing with Josiah was the first time I like collaborated with somebody and found that I don't know. I just very vividly remember the first time we wrote together because they were like, I hadn't really come up with lyrics yet because they were just like writing guitar parts. But I vividly remember, and they still do this, honestly, that every time we're writing together, every step of the way, they're like asking my opinion. Like, do you think this repeats enough times? How is this transition? Like, that kind of stuff. And that was just something I'd never really experienced before. So that was how we started writing our first couple songs. And when we wrote this song, Axis Access, it was the first time that I had written something for the band that was just like me by myself. Not like on guitar, just like the vocals. Yeah, it was the first time I just kind of only had a vocal melody and nothing else that I could think of to like work with. So I texted Josiah and I was like, "Hi, can you please help me flesh out this song idea I literally only have vocals for?" And I sent them a voice memo. And yeah, and that's how we started working on the song. That's how I find it to be like noteworthy, I suppose. And I don't know. There's more I could say about it, but I feel like I don't know if you've like paid attention to lyrics, if you're like a lyric person, but I feel like the lyrical content of that song is like pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how much I want to get into that today, honestly.
Yeah, I
But
totally get that. Don't worry.
like normally I'm more of an open book, but you caught me on a weird day, and I hope that's okay.
Yeah, I get it. No pressure. Don't worry.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So the next question was songwriting process, but I guess you already kind of answered that with the talk about Axis Access.
Right. Yeah, like what is our songwriting process like?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on the song. I guess like more recently for our newer songs, I've kind of just come in with guitar and had Josiah help me like flesh it out or whatever. And we have a couple older songs that used to be like just solo songs of mine that I also wrote the guitar for. So yeah, it really just depends on the song, man. It depends. I guess the thing is, it depends on how I get inspired to like write, and that heavily depends on where I'm at emotionally. So
Yeah.
Actually, it completely depends on Bree's ability to write. We've had like 20 songs that just did not pan out because we didn't have anything to write about, and then we've had like multiple songs in like a period of like 2 weeks just because they were feeling inspired.
yeah.
So everything's really like lyrically focused.
What are some of your favorite songs to perform as Blooming Heads, if you don't mind sharing? Because I know you have like a live footage up on your YouTube channel, right?
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, Axis.
Oh, nice. I love that. Cool. That's Josiah's favorite. Axis Access. That's very difficult for me. Let's
Part one.
see. Part 1. Is that another favorite of yours?
Yeah.
Another favorite of Josiah's is Over Your Head Part 1,
That's a good
which
one.
used to be, yeah, it used to be a solo song of mine. Let's see. What are mine? I mean, okay. Probably a tie. If I had to pick, like, if I had to narrow it down, I would say it's a tie between Axis Access and Dust. But just because, like, oh yeah, Dust isn't, there's live videos of Dust, but we haven't recorded it yet. We haven't finished recording it yet, I should say. But yeah, so Dust I find fun just because it's like, I mean, it's not very like vocal heavy. It's kind of just like a jammy song and a vibey song, so I get to just like play 6 chords for a bit and then sing again a bit, and like it's just, I don't know, it's a cool little fun way to end the show for me.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. So oh, and more recently Josiah has been using guitar pedals for their leads in that song, and it sounds fucking phenomenal. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I'm bad at pedals.
I don't know anything about pedals, but oh, yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. I don't know anything about pedals, but yeah, they seem fun.
Right, and that's all the questions I seem to have. If there's any other projects y'all do that you want to shout out, you can do that if you want to.
Okay. Do you want to?
Yeah, I would love to plug another project. We're also in another band with the 2 of us and then like one other additional person. We have one single song on Spotify also. That band's called Little Tiny Knife, and it's fun. It's got a little Game Boy in it and an upright bass. It's a good time.
It's a great time.
I think I played
I
that
play it-
song on RoseFM. Oh, sorry.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I asked you to. I put it in the little submissions thing.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
song a lot. It's very good.
Yeah, that one's fun. That one came out before Blooming Heads, so yeah, I was just like, please play this. I play a little, not in the recording, but like live, I've been playing tambourine, which is a blast,
Heck yeah.
as well as like, backup vocals or whatever. So yeah, Little Tiny Knife is fun. I also do solo things under my solo name, Brianna Carmel. And that is just, it started out very like indie singer-songwriter because I don't know, I started writing songs like fucking around on a guitar by myself when I was like 16. And I just didn't know, I was coming up with riffs and like making songs, but I didn't necessarily know like what direction I wanted to go in. And then I fucking met Josiah and found out about folk punk. So now I feel like my solo stuff is a lot more folk punk influenced. I play a ukulele a lot more now, but I also still play like if I do play guitar during a set, I try to bring the same electric guitar that I play in Blooming Heads just because it's shaped like a heart and I feel like that's iconic.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think that's been the interview. If there's anything you want to say real quick beforehand.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
of
all I
course.
could think to say, really. Like, I don't know if there's anything to say other than like thank you for this opportunity and like
I like
plugging
supporting
us
indie
and stuff.
music.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you. And yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And now here's the latest single by Blooming Heads. This song is called Access Access. I hope you enjoy it.
Coffee and cigarette, sit home and hold my breath, waiting for what comes next. Baby, it's not in your head, comes and goes in flashes. You fucked up my access, violence and madness. Baby, it's not in your head. First time I'm seeing red, I feel it in my chest. Coerced relations, baby, it's not in your head. Unwanted access, sit home and hold my breath. Violence and madness, baby, it's not in your head. 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 Sneak by without consent. Voice raised, do what you said. Voice breaks, do what you said. Baby, it's not in your head. Bloody nose and all caps text. Said I must be perfect or face the consequence. Baby, it's not in your head. 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 Now you're asking me why. comes next. Baby, it's not in you.